As I take the makeup off, I'm like,
Nothing changed.
nothing changed. The bags are right there. Because the baby needs boobies. And she looks at me and she's like, but daddy has boobies. That. Or mum and dad have a healthy relationship.
Correct. And his dad going, hey, I like your butt.
Welcome to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast.
Where we share the real, the raw, and the ridiculousness of parenthood.
So if you're a mum who planned to feed her kids organic but should have bought shares in chicken nuggets,
Or a dad that has no idea what to pack in the school lunchbox,
then you're in the right place. Well, welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
We are coming in off the back of Easter.
We are.
I hope you survived all the sugar highs and the sugar crashes and everything that comes with.
She looked at me when she said that.
Everything that comes with all of the chocolate that happens on Easter.
We don't have chocolate in our house, though. We don't have a lot of chocolate.
Yes, well.
Although you said chocolate free, and then these chocolate hot cross buns appeared, and then all these other chocolate starts appearing.
I have good intentions every year. I'm like, we're just not going to, we'll do a little bit, we'll make it fun, but we won't do heaps. And then every year we end up with
I'm actually missing
chocolate.
My Easter egg, but that's okay.
Oh.
My cherry ripe Easter egg. I know. It's like my Easter.
Sam's mum is on a cruise this year and she still buys him his Easter egg and he's very sad this year. So we miss you.
Away from Easter, away from my birthday.
Oh. The trauma still happens as adults. Welcome to parenting.
Forgotten
it is not
child.
for 18 years. Oh, you are not the forgotten child. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we've mentioned on the podcast yet, Sam, you are the eldest child and so am I.
We said it in episode 1, I think.
Yeah. Oh, about ourselves? I don't think we did.
I don't know.
Yeah, following along, we are both eldest children. So, yeah.
And the only one with grandkids.
Yes, we are very lucky. We have a lot of babysitters at our disposal.
So there are, yeah.
Yes, our kids are very spoiled, which is why things like Easter, we have good intentions of.
Sucked in siblings, you got to share the load now. We have them unconditionally. Conditionally.
All right, well, why don't you kick us off with your meme for the week? You love to do that.
Yeah, all right.
Are you prepared this week?
Yes, shush up. All right, eating a meal I've spent an hour making. Toddler. Drinking bathwater they've just peed in.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yep. Drinking proper water out of your water bottle. Nah. Drinking water out of the bath. Delicious.
Drinking dirty, what did we catch him drinking the other day?
Dog bowl water.
No, it wasn't dog bowl water. It was like the shell full of water that the dogs had been in.
Yeah.
Covered in mud. Like full, it was brown. It was like.
It was dirty.
Chocolate milk without, it was like hot chocolate without the milk.
It was
that, that
you couldn't see through
brown.
it. Yeah. He was out there.
And he's sitting there in a nappy because he just helped himself because it was a hot day. And he's just sitting there bending over.
I'm so glad I didn't see him drinking it. I would have been like, Bleh.
Drinking it. And then he had an upset stomach for like half a week.
Yeah, I reckon there was E. coli or something in there that really shouldn't have been. But anyway.
Probably just dog crap in them. Anyway.
So bad.
Toddlers.
Well, yeah, I would have if I knew he was getting in, I would have tipped it out and filled it back up with clean water. But he was just out helping himself.
Yeah.
Middle child sneaks out the door. No one notices.
No, he's a solo player. And
yes, he likes to play by himself. He's our little introvert. My quote I saw this week, I'm bringing one this week. Yes, it's not just you.
No,
I'm bringing it.
No.
Was off the back of the sleep deprivation. Last week we talked all things sleep deprivation, and off the back of that, what was that? Sam's just mocking me.
It's all about you. I'm so deep sleep deprived.
Off the back of that, the quote that I saw, I was like, that is gold. I need something stronger than sleep, but less than a coma.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, inject it into my veins, please. So this week.
Anyway, we do not condone that sort of thing here. Just putting that out there.
This week we have a few cool things coming up. We've got a new segment. We're talking from the mouth of babes. And we actually have heaps of things that kids have said. Similar to the first episode we asked what's your kid said in public. This time we just put out there what's your kid said in general. And the responses are gold, like absolutely hilarious. We're also
kids are brutal.
Yeah. Also making a return to the poop show.
Promise it's not going to be as bad.
Yes, but we're just doing 2 stories. We'll give you a warning before it starts. So if you are the sort of person that does not enjoy those stories and you've gotten past the point of parenting where it's just a normal everyday thing.
Or you're not a parent yet.
Yes.
But if you're not
a parent yet and you're listening to this with the plan to have children, it's probably good to listen so that you know what you're in for. Because we didn't get that. The amount of times we're like, I remember when Mackenzie was first born, like 2 weeks in, everyone's like, oh, what's it like? And I was like, I talk about poo so much more than I ever expected I would in my whole entire life. Like, and that was just 2 weeks
Before
into
kids
parenting.
are squeamish. After kids are like, oh, I got poo on my hand. Yeah, great. Anyway, move on. We're not talking about poo right now.
So this week is our first where we're not going to have a full parenting confessional. But I did have one little confession. It's just a mini confessional. It's not even like super, like it's parenting related, but it's not about kids. So last week with the sleep deprivation episode, I was going to share when we did the photo shoot for this podcast.
Oh, yes, you did forget to say this, didn't you?
Yes.
I realised that too.
When we did the photo shoot for the album, the podcast artwork, doing that photo shoot, we did like really nice photos of us first, like just so that we had nice photos. So I did all of my makeup and like did it kind of semi as nice as I do my makeup now that I'm a mum. My care level has dropped significantly. So I did all that. I was
going to be really rude then. I was going to be like, no, it's okay, move on. I'm in a cheeky mood today.
That's good. Let it out.
I can tell.
Yeah, maybe that was a bit rude.
I don't mean it, but
so
it's just a
we
funny
took
thought.
We took the really nice photos.
We did.
And then we
You
had
actually managed to get a half decent photo of me.
Yes, well, that's a feat
It's
in
a
itself.
bit out of focus. That's pretty normal for you.
That's like.
That's pretty standard.
So then we had our plan for, and what you can see as the podcast artwork now is photos of us looking like we are in the trenches of parenting, like we are. So Sam looks like he's been attacked by a toddler. He's got stickers on his face and makeup on his face. And
that lipstick is normal though.
Yes, Sam, you love your lipstick.
I do.
And then for me, I'm holding the baby and I've got my hair like everywhere and I just look like I've had like a really big night. So I'd had all my makeup done really nicely. And then I was like, oh, bags, like I should have bags under my eyes. So I drew bags under my eyes and was like, okay, look like
You put shadow and crap, whatever.
Yeah, used just makeup to make it look like I had bags under my eyes. And then after the photo shoot, I was like, oh, we've got to like walk out of the building to the car. I was like, I'll quickly take off like don't want to look like I've been in an explosion. I'll take it off. As I take the makeup off, I'm like,
nothing changed.
Nothing changed. The bags are right there. I didn't have to put any makeup on. I could have just taken my makeup off and the bags are still there. So story of my life with parenting is the permanent under eye bags, which I have been assured will go away eventually. But
well, everyone was like, with the sleep apnea, they're like, oh, once you like get set up, your bags will disappear.
they've gotten better.
They've gotten better.
But now you're just at normal parenting level of bags. Yeah. I haven't had REM sleep in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like
it was a bit zombified.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm very excited for this segment. So we are going to kick straight in with From the Mouth of Babes. So this is all of the stuff that you guys have sent us for just the crazy things kids say.
Brutally flipping kids. Anyway. Do you want me to do the first one?
Yeah, you do the first one.
I just saw the title. I want the Hobo song. Okay. She's 2 and has been asking all day and I still don't know what song it is. What's the Hobo song?
I don't know. But at 2, they don't speak very well. So the Hobo song could be anything. So the thing that this made me think of instantly was, you may or may not remember. No, surely you remember. So when Mackenzie was that age, she was still in her cot and she loved music. Well, she woke up one night in the middle of the night crying, yelling, "Scary dinky dinky." Like, scary dinky dinky, scary dinky dinky. And I was like, what is dinky dinky? And this went on like
For a while.
For days. And during the day, she'd be like, scary, dinky, dinky. And so I was like messaging, I was taking videos and putting it on like mums groups being like, what could dinky, dinky be? Someone help me translate my toddler. We asked our grandparents. We were like, I was pointing to things. I'm like, is this dinky, dinky? Is this dinky, dinky? Is this dinky, dinky? Only to eventually work out. Got to the point where I was like, do we need to cast demons out of your room? Like, I'm like, are you like scary dinky dinky? Like, is there like some presence or something haunting your bedroom? Only to discover that she wanted the Skidamarinka-dinka-dink song that my mum had been singing her like when she put her to sleep. And so that's just, she just wanted someone to sing her. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink. You would be like, what is scary dinky dinky? It's just Skinamarink. So that was great.
Trust you.
There were a few themes that came through with
kids
these.
Are so brutal with
these stories.
Freaking body.
So there was definitely a fat theme that came through.
If you're a fat person and you meet a little child.
Not even fat.
Okay,
like just a little overweight. Kids notice everything. Like
kids are brutally. But then like even then the kids can be the same size and they're still like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, mate, you're about as chunky as me, mate. I will deck you.
But little kids are allowed to be chunky, so that's
I can't be like, shut up, you fat kid.
Yeah.
Then you're a bad parent or you're a bad adult and it's abuse or something.
Oh, jeez. So
I wouldn't do that, by the way.
On the fat theme, when I was a small child.
But damn, you feel like it.
Yeah. When I was a small child, apparently I turned to my mother's friend and asked her why she was so fat.
Yeah. Kids are so brutal.
And I feel like that's one, like, I feel if someone's got a disability, they're prepped for it. Like, why don't you have a leg or what? Like,
well, it's like the kid.
You can explain it, but
well, it's like the kid from episode 1 that's like,
oh, why are you on the mobility?
You need to exercise more because you're fat and sitting on a mobility scooter. And it's like, bro, read the room.
This one came in. I had a great laugh at this one. My 3-year-old had a new doctor's kit and I was showing her how to put plastic hard Band-Aids on her baby brother. But I said, be careful because it doesn't always fit on him because he's a bit fat, as I squeezed his baby chunky leg. And she said, oh, yeah, sometimes daddy's a bit fat too.
Bro. Or girl.
Oh.
Wow. I have a couple.
Yep, go.
So parent, I feel old. We all feel like that.
We feel that.
And the kid's like grandma. And then the parent's like, yeah, like Nana too. And then the kid's like, no, Nana's just fat.
I mean, they're great for your self-esteem.
Yeah.
What about Charles?
But I will admit, when I was a kid, I used to tell people apart if I couldn't remember names or like whoever. They were big and little.
That's right.
Yeah.
You had a big grandma and a little grandma.
Yeah. And neither of them were like, I think one was tall and one was shorter, but it was just big and little. It was just, sorry,
which
grandma.
At the time you probably didn't.
Sorry,
think
grandma. I promise I don't mean it. Or another one. Oh, okay. Yeah. Confession. This was to me. Okay. I'm not small. I wouldn't say I'm like super fat. This got me going though on a bit of a health kick. Have you got a baby in your tummy? And I was like, because it was when Beck was pregnant. So he was like, have you got a baby in your tummy too? And I was like,
well, while we're piling on you, the other one that I had for us for funny things Mackenzie has said.
Don't do that one.
Yep. So when
I'd put on a bit more weight when we had Kens.
Yeah. Well, this was when we had Hartley.
I call it oh yeah.
So
I call it, what is it? Pregnancy. What's that?
Sympathy weight.
Sympathy weight.
Well, I guess it's hard when I'm eating all the junk that you eat it too.
So much junk in the house.
Anyway, so when we had Hartley, Mackenzie was dealing with the separation of like, I don't have mum full time. So she was getting used to you putting her to bed. And so I picked her up from kindy one day and was taking her home. She's like, Mummy, can Daddy please put me to bed? And I said, no, sorry, darling. Daddy has to put you to bed because Mummy's got to put the baby to bed because the baby needs boobies. And she looks at me and she's like, but Daddy has boobies. And so I had to explain that Mummy's boobies are the only one in the house that make milk. Daddies are useless. There were like,
I've got my sports bra on today, so you can't tell.
kids are great. I love this. We'll move on from the fat theme. Like,
Oh, no,
so
just
many.
keep piling on me. No, it's fine.
We'll move on.
No, it's good.
It's okay.
Jeez, I'm getting on the bloody, I'm doing a
Okay,
freaking gym
we got
run
some-
after this. Bloody hell.
We got some shower ones.
Mm.
So my 4-year-old walked into the bathroom while I was getting out of the shower and said, I love your butt. It would just be,
It's probably
Okay.
either heard Mum say that about her. You do that with
oh yeah, the
Mackenzie.
cute little toddler squishy
You're like,
butt.
"Oh,
You
I
have
love
such a
your
cute little
butt."
butt.
Oh.
Yeah. That.
Or
Or mum and dad have a healthy relationship.
Correct. And
they
his dad going,
overheard.
hey, I like your butt. Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
The other one that got sent in was what happens if Jesus comes while you're in the shower? Do you have to go to heaven naked? It's a legitimate concern from a logical child that doesn't quite comprehend.
Yeah.
This one's not on theme, but just came through. It's a fun one. Why do you have a phone and I don't? You don't have that many friends. No, child, we don't have that many friends because our social lives tanked when we had kids.
Mummy's not messaging friends. Mummy's just scrolling Reddit or social media.
Then another thing.
That's why
that came
I put my
through-
phone down now. Otherwise, I pick it up and then it's like chaos.
We actually haven't quite hit that point where the kids want phones for messaging friends or anything like that yet. So
And they're not going to get one for a very long time.
yes.
Or if they do, they're getting a dumb phone with no internet.
These next ones were like, so we've had that fat theme, we had shower theme. There was definitely a morbidity theme that came through, like so brutal, like obviously kids not understanding death or age or Sorry, did I use words that were too big for you? You didn't understand that one. You heard morbid and thought obese, I betcha.
No. I don't know what actually, yeah. What's the word for the
You've lost me.
overweight people?
Morbidly obese.
No. Yes. Oh, yes. All right. Never mind. Move on.
Okay. So for the brutal theme, we had to cancel our trip due to the pandemic. My daughter said that
Yeah. What a pandemic that was.
yeah. My daughter said, "That's okay. Your next trip can just be to heaven."
Look, if it was a real pandemic, maybe.
Again, don't start
I
the
won't go there. That's pretty funny though.
Yeah, you did the next one.
Heaven would be pretty. My 6-year-old stopped an old man at the shops to ask how old he was. After he told him, he said, "Oh, you'll be dead soon." How old are you? 65. Oh, you're going to be dead soon. Brutal.
Oh man.
I feel like that and I'm like 32 in 3 days. I don't feel like that, by the way, but
Yeah, kids have no concept of age. Like once you hit like, I feel the older I get, the older old is for me. So
I feel like you're just a parent-year-old to a kid.
yeah.
That's it.
But even like, so Mackenzie went through a phase where she would call anyone over the age of 50 grandma.
Oh,
and
she
it
did
was
too.
like,
hello, grandma. Hello, grandma. Like it was all the old ladies.
but
well,
not
older
even
ladies.
old. Yeah, not even old people.
No,
like
older
people
ladies.
that would obviously look old to a child, but that aren't actually elderly. She'd be like, "Hi, grandma," and I think plenty of people got like actually offended by it.
Yeah.
So we were like, "Oh, don't know whose kid that is." One of my cousins at 7 years old announced to the whole family at dinner that he'd really thought about it, and if one of his parents had to die, he'd choose his dad. Like, not posed the question. No one's asked him. He's just been sitting there thinking about.
contemplating.
It's just one of the things the kids think about.
If I had to pick one,
If I had to pick one of my parents to die, I'd pick you, Dad.
Mum probably feeds me better. So yeah, bye, Dad. Thanks, kid.
And then just out of like not on that topic, I don't want to be anything when I grow up. When I saw that one come in, just a kid saying, I don't want to be anything, it's like, I feel you, kid. I still want to be a trophy wife.
and we're back sledging Sam again.
We did also.
I mean, it's 2024. He can be whatever he wants.
True. But he doesn't want to be anything. Nothing, please. That's like Mackenzie yelling at me one day because I was like, we're going to kindy. You're going to have a great day today. And she's like, I don't want to have a great day today. Okay, kid.
Right then.
Up to you then. Mummy knows you're going to have fun when you go. We did also see, these ones weren't sent in to us, but we saw a funny post and I added it into our plans for this episode because there was some really funny for parents with older kids.
Your diary entry ones?
Yeah, there was some diary entries that we saw being shared around and we were like, oh, we have to include that because that's hilarious for that kind of like tweeny age.
Yeah, this is a good one.
So a 12-year-old's diary entry. Dear diary, I finally got a pocket-sized diary. Also, I don't understand the concept of life.
Jeez, that's deep. What is the meaning of life? 42.
From one to the other. Yay, I just got a diary. I'm writing in my diary that I just got a diary. Also, I don't understand the concept of life. Like,
it's a flip.
The 8-year-old left her diary on the floor. All it said was, I do not have puberty yet. And then the last one was, Dear Journal, well, today was the day I found out Santa wasn't real. I didn't take it very well. First of all, I laid in bed crying for a long time. I knew this day would have to come sometime. It's just when it came, I wasn't very ready. Sometimes I wish I would have not asked. But what hurts most is now I know that the Easter Leprechauns aren't real either. I feel really bad.
The what? The Easter what?
Easter Leprechaun.
Easter.
I don't know. Is that a thing in like...
do you live in?
It might be a thing in like the UK or like in Scotland or wherever.
Santa, elves.
Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny.
Well, this family had an Easter leprechaun.
Hey, we made you some shoes. Hey. Like, happy Easter. Here's some shoes. Great. Is that what leprechauns? Is that leprechaun? No, they're bloody little Irish things, aren't they?
I don't know. I'm so
no. What is the little thing? You know, the little doobie wackies in like nursery rhymes and stuff that like in the shoe shop.
Like elves?
No. I swear they're leprechauns.
I don't know. We're going to have to move on from that.
Anyway, they're
having
Irish.
Lots of brain farts today.
We are.
You can tell we're still not sleeping. So that was it for today for that segment from the Mouth of Babes. But keep sending those stories. I think that's going to be a recurring. Like that was great. So keep sending them in. Just as your kid says something funny, be like, "Oh, Beck and Sam will love that. Send that through. We'd love to hear them." Yes, we are going to the pit show. All right, well, this is your trigger warning that we are heading into the pit show. So if you feel squeamish, we've only got two kind of short ones that we're going to share today.
I do what I want to use for the trigger warning.
What?
Emotional damage.
Yes. If you're going to be squeamish and just need to skip ahead, just skip ahead a little bit. There's no photos today either. We really promise no more photos. So to start with, I'll going to share. Sam's still going to hang on to his hectic, brutal poo story because he still hasn't had one that's rivaled it yet.
Nah,
I reckon
the stories that are coming. I
reckon some of them have been close.
Yeah, but nah, do better.
So yeah, make sure you keep sending them in, especially as you remember them, because this one that I'm about to share that happened to me was one that I had blocked out of my memory. And then as we started telling all these stories, I was like, that's right. This happened. So it was on holidays. So I think also the holiday theme of coming out of Easter, I was like thinking about family holidays and I was like, oh my gosh, that happened. I can't believe I've blotted that out. So it was on a summer holiday. We had taken the kids down to the swimming pool and we were still toilet training with one of the kids. And she had...
yeah, let's keep it anonymous. I wonder who that was.
She had mastered going to the toilet for wees, but not quite for poos yet. And we're just like working through that. But we were at the swimming pool and we thought we were fine. And then I see her like just stand bolt upright in the middle of the pool. And I can see the panic in her face. And even you, like Sam was like, get her to the toilet. And of course that's my job because he hates taking little girls into the male's toilets, and I get that. So I was like, okay, quick. And as we're walking, she's holding her hand behind her, like on her bum, like.
I think I remember this.
And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, quick, walking her through. She's holding, like, hands behind her, holding her bum. And as we get into the toilet, I can see like poo kind of like poo water dripping down her legs because she's been in the swimming pool, and I'm like, oh great. And as she takes her hands away, she's pooed in her swimmers and it's all over her hands, and she starts to like freak out because she's at the age where she knows it's gross. She's not happy about this at all. So, but as I take her swimmers off, her swimmers were a tiny bit too small. And so, you know, when you take wet swimmers off, sometimes they roll.
Oh no.
And so taking the swimmers off, they rolled and poo just started flicking up everywhere. It flicked up the wall of the toilet. It flicked all over me. It flicked all over her. It flicked everywhere.
And now that hotel is closed.
It actually is.
It is.
But she was
there's
there.
poo all over it.
She was there panicking. She was panicking about it being on her hands. Like, she's like, mommy. And I'm like, I don't even know what to deal with first. I'm in damage control. I'm like, do I get it off the floor, off your shoes, off your legs,
All I
off
heard
the
was
wall?
squealing.
And she's squealing that it's on her hands, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, well, I can't tell you that it's flicked all on your face because you're panicking about it on your hands. And that was just like, we were in there for a good, I think almost half an hour. Like, just like every time I'd think I'd cleaned it off something, I'd find it somewhere else.
It was a good chunk.
And it was like we were in our swimmers, we were wet. It was not like
anyway,
what you did there. So that was one that has like forever been blotted out of my memory. Like it was everywhere. And that was the same day, and the first day, like earlier in the day, I had caught the younger child eating his poop for the first time. We've already shared the story of where but he was like, I caught him sitting down with his nappy like open, and he was like sticking his finger in, touching the
That was
poo
like
and
a
sticking
year
it in his
before the
mouth.
story you told the other time.
Yeah.
Literally.
If your child has eaten poop, do not feel like a bad parent, because I honestly do not know how we could have avoided.
Well, hence my meme.
What? Oh, yes.
Not wanting to eat food, but I'll drink pea water.
Yeah.
I'll eat poop as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, this one sounds familiar. Submitted by both parents, and there's a strange few details missing. So I'm going to read the mum version. Master 6-month-old was sitting in his high chair eating snacks. Next minute, a waterfall of poo starts making its way out of his nappy and onto the floor. Dad was gagging, but immediately picked him up, high chair and all, took him outside, grabbed the hose and hosed down the 6-month-old and the chair. Didn't take him out of the chair, left him in the chair, hosed the whole thing down. Baby loved it. Then promptly disappeared and left mum to finish the cleanup job. The bit that's missing is that in the end of the dad's version, I decided to pick him up, take him outside. I then proceeded to hose him down, chair off, peeling the nappy off and hosing his little butt. Problem solved. It's no like, I left mum to clean up the mess.
He was probably vomiting. Okay, disaster averted. I'm going to go spew now. That's what I would be doing. And to our children, if you ever watch this back and are like, Mum, you overshared so many of my stories, that one was your father's.
Yes, I was the 6-month-old.
That's how we know that both Mum and Dad sent them in, because that was Nanny and Bobby who sent those in. So
yeah, thanks Mum, thanks Dad.
But anyway, if you skipped ahead, this is a safe place to keep going, because we are done with the show for today.
We are.
We're pretty much at the end of today too.
We actually haven't. I thought my siblings would send more in, but then no one has sent anything in, like bad sibling stories.
Oh, well, I haven't chased them for it.
Do you know, it's just because I probably wasn't a bad sibling.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I think I was just a good one. I think you were the cruel one.
You had a much bigger age gap. You were 11 before you.
No, I was 8.
Oh, you were 8. That's a huge age gap. I had both my siblings by the time I was 8. So, well, if you're listening along, hopefully you have, if you're a parent, heard the story and remembered some of your own. So make sure you send them in to us. We need your stories, because I'm sure we'll run out of, I mean, at the rate our kids do crazy things, we probably won't ever run out of stories.
No, but we want to hear other people's stories. The whole idea of people.
Well, From the Mouth
them,
of Babes was gold,
yes,
because it was
people
everyone else. People sent their stories in. So keep doing that.
The whole idea is letting other people feel normal.
Yes, that's the heart of this podcast, is that parenting is hard and it doesn't feel hard because it's hard for you and easy for everyone else. It's hard for all of us. We all have our moments. We all have
kids do funny things,
crazy poo stories,
crazy things,
and
stupid
kids
things
that call you fat. And
stop talking about poo. Stop it.
Yeah, we're leaving that in the future. Anyway, if you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, press the bell if you want to get notifications when we put up videos.
Just press the bell.
Yeah, just push
Not
it.
Just press the bell.
If you're on Spotify, rate the podcast. If you are on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review. Send us love on socials, like, follow, do all the things.
If you watch a reel, please
really
like it. Please follow it.
We love seeing people kind of enjoy the stuff and
share the stories.
Yeah. And tell your mum friends, tell your dad friends, share it in your mum's groups and your dad's groups. We'll see you next week.
Have fun.